The 2019 legislative session is in the history books, but there are still dozens of bills sitting on Governor Ducey's desk, including one that will cost taxpayers over $1 million to cover the daily reimbursement rates of state lawmakers. Dennis Welch has the details.
Those in favor vote aye. Those opposed vote nay. Do not vote until you hear the bell.
They were literally the last two pieces of legislation introduced in the House and Senate, filed just days before the legislature adjourned for the year.
And therefore, I vote aye.
I'm an aye.
I vote aye.
Aye.
House Bill 2760 and Senate Bill 1588 triples the daily reimbursement rate for all 90 state lawmakers at the Capitol. Advocates argue that lawmakers, especially those who travel long distances to the Capitol, can't live on a base salary of $25,000 a year.
It's not really what a livable wage would be. I think most people on the political spectrum would agree that that's probably a very low income. But I mean, there's people here in Arizona that make it work.
Chad Campbell is a former lawmaker. He says there is a need to pay lawmakers more, but criticizes the last-minute tactics that were used.
I just refute that narrative that it's trying to be passed through in the middle of the night. It's only 8 o'clock.
Yeah, it probably was not handled the best way. They should have probably introduced this legislation early on, and if they were going to pass it, probably would be better to have a longer debate about it.
Tripling the reimbursement rates will cost taxpayers $1.17 million over a 100-day session. Critics say elected officials are pulling an end run around the state constitution that says only voters can raise lawmakers' salaries, and that hasn't happened since 1998.
I think there needs to be an educational effort out there to explain to voters why it may actually be beneficial to them if you were to actually raise legislator pay. And again, I think that's because you bring more diverse people down there.
Governor Doug Ducey now has 4 more days to take action on the remaining pieces of legislation. Dennis Welch for Arizona's Family.